I don't care. I'm gonna stalk.
Space is open to us now. We go into space.
I've been holding my action. It's time to go.
Welcome everyone, we're the Dicks in the Dark, and this is our Dungeons & Dragons game, Up, and Away. My name is DM Steve, and we've got lots of Dungeons & Dragons today. Last time, we just completed a big fight. Everyone miraculously survived, so this is going to be an interesting session here. Before we get started, make sure to smash that like button if you like Dungeons and Dragons. Subscribe so that you don't miss any of these cool campaigns that we have going on here. Ring the bell for notifications. Leave us a comment down below, like our friends Comstar Knight and Country Fried Minis. Hello, fellas. And please share the stream if you are so inclined. We're happy to have you guys here today, and I'm happy to be here to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Garrett, how are you doing?
I am doing all right. Just
Yeah,
all right.
just that's it. Okay, cool. Dungeon Dan.
You know, you said Dungeons and Dragons many times here recently,
Mm-hmm.
but in this game, it's been a very long time since we've either been in a dungeon or run into a dragon. Why is that?
We ran into
That
we
not
ran into dragons.
The
yeah.
electric dragon like 20 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean it would considering how short our sessions are. The dragon in the dungeon wasn't that long ago when you really think about it.
Maybe so.
And
maybe
if you
so.
think about how often we actually encountered dragons like in our long running campaign,
This is
dragons
true.
are super rare. I mean, really, you want to use them
Mhm.
sparingly. You don't want to have like dragons just everywhere because then it's like, and then who cares? Then it's just like dungeons and meh.
Maybe so. Maybe
So, but
maybe so.
Cameron, how are you doing?
Hello. I am I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Good.
Similar yeah.
All right, then that's excellent. Everybody's okay. Couple things. I felt like absolute garbage all weekend long. I pretty much didn't get out of bed. I had like terrible sinus stuff. I was desperately trying to get to the pharmacy or trying to get her to get to the pharmacy to get me actual Sudafed, the kind that you have to sign for because people make meth out of it or whatever, because it's like the only thing that works. I finally just got some today and I took it like as soon as I like got out of the pharmacy, I popped the pill. I was like, "Fuck, I have to have it." It is kind of starting to work so I can breathe, but because I was having my own issues, that delayed save hell. And then when I was going to try and put save hell up, I had many technical issues. Turns out the editing program that I was using to edit Save Hell, I couldn't figure out why my hard drive just kept filling and filling and filling, even though I was like moving stuff over to my backup drive. Apparently, this program has some bug where it catches like everything and just stores it. I looked at the program, it had 200 gigs of data cached of like edits and like I couldn't believe. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So then I was like, is there a way for me to clean this off without like fucking up the thing that I'm working on right now, because I need space to complete the thing, like the Save Hell episode. Well, it turns out there wasn't. So I
Oh.
lost the episode. I did clean my computer to a point where I have like tons and tons of space now, which is amazing. But at the same time, when all of that was done, Discord completely stopped working.
Oh, God.
Everything else worked fine, but Discord did not work at all. I was like freaking out because like we do like all our everything is like through Discord. I was like, I gotta have Discord. So like I spent, I don't know, like 4 hours or something trying to fucking figure out Discord. Obviously it works because we're here. Everything works. Things are good. I think, right? Everything's good. Everything seems
think
good.
we're
The
good.
stream seems
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So that is to say that that's why Save Hell, the newest episode is not out. What I'm gonna do is I think I'm actually gonna switch programs. I have another program in mind. I gotta mess with it because this other one, apparently there's no way to stop it from doing that. It just does it. I've like looked at various forums and stuff. It's just a bug in the program that the programmer has decided not to fix. So yeah. So I have another one in mind. I'm gonna test stuff out with that. I'm gonna hopefully if everything works out, I'll have both Save Hells edited and then I'll just put them up consecutively. One will come up next Sunday and then the next will come up the following Sunday. So the episodes exist. They're coming.
No, they're
I
not.
promise they're
No,
coming. But
never.
so yeah, that's what's going on with that. Um as far as Save Hell and yeah. Anything else that you guys can think of before we get into stuff here?
Oh, that is
The wiki
unlucky.
site
Oh
is
yeah.
back up and running, by the way.
Yeah, we have merch.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
and the shop is
We have
live
a
as
little
well.
bit of merch. We have a tiny bit of merch.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so there is so there's dixinthedark.com is the main site, dixinthedark.com. I should put that I'll have to edit the description, stick the links in there. What's the shop and the wiki? What are the correct?
It's just add them before, so it's wiki.dixinthedark.com or shop.dixinthedark.com.
Okay. Cool. And right now you can get a cool Dix in the Dark mug. Country Fried Minis, if you're out there, there is a Dix in the Dark mug that has the little like Dix background from the website on it with the logo. So I know you like that thing, man. You got to get yourself a mug if you're still out there listening and watching whatever, YouTube. But yes, so Dix in the Dark, the merchandise, the sequel, no, the all the stuff. It's up. Check that stuff out. Thank you, Garrett.
Well,
Yeah,
the
thanks,
sequel,
Garrett.
the sequel trilogy, Dixon the Duck.
I was thinking of Spaceballs. Spaceballs, the lunchbox,
God.
Spaceballs, the sequel. Yeah, Dix in the Dark, the sequel. Well, this kind of is the sequel in a way of the big fight that we just had. Let's go over and get over to the main game and maybe get a vibe going
Right.
to start us out here.
2 digits.
Ooh,
Right in the middle.
okay.
That's a good mid vibe. It's right in the middle.
It is right in the middle, right? I mean, almost exactly in the middle. You couldn't get more in the middle unless we had decimals.
Fractional die, yeah.
Yeah. Which I do somewhere. I do have a fractional die.
A fractional die? You can get a
do.
0.5 on something?
Wow.
Yeah. I have it's in my D10s because I have all the way up to D10,000 in like the 10-siders and all the way down to fractions. Yeah.
That's
I don't. Do
cool.
I have them like here's?
Oh.
Here's the. So like here's the one of them. That's the like the I guess the 100 like 1,000. It goes from like, but there's so that's the next step up from like the tens. But then I have another one that's higher than that. That's like the 10,000. It goes all the way up to 10,000, and then somewhere I have a percentile. So technically you could have a number between like .0.1 and 10,000.
Well, it would
With
be
actual
10,000
physical dice.
It would actually be 10,000.9.
Oh yeah, it would be 10,000.9. You're right. You're
And
right.
speaking of dice, it's funny. Our friends the Charisma Cats
Hmm.
did not believe that there was a D3, that you could actually get a physical
What the hell are
D3.
they? What do you mean you can't get a D3? I literally have like
They
multiple
were like,
D3s just like
because they
chilling
were
right
like,
here in front of me.
because
Maybe.
they had to roll something that was a D3, and they were like, I don't, that doesn't even exist, and I'm like, no, it
Nah,
exists.
the most common D3 actually is just a D6
Mhm.
double numbered like this one. I do have like a real D3, but
Yeah,
I don't.
I've seen the real, I've seen
Yeah,
your
I've got a
real
bunch of
D3.
them, but I don't know where my dice are all scattered. Is there a 3 in here somewhere? Yeah, here's a D3.
I actually
Yeah,
might have a D3
that
myself.
right here, if I
Yeah.
can get it to
Mhm.
focus. It's not gonna focus, but that's a D3 right there.
Yeah. Mhm.
I've seen them where they're like really long, almost like a crystal, and they just have three sides, or they're pointed
I
on the
think
ends.
I think
Oh,
that's
the
kind.
tosser
That's the kind.
ones. Yeah, yeah.
That's the kind that I actually have, is one of those longer tosser ones.
Yes, the tosser ones. I
The
don't
lo-
really like
that long that long tosser.
I really don't like those. I like traditional dice. I don't like the long, like the ones that like they have like it's like the thief die, and they're like shaped like little daggers or something, and you kind of like toss them and they roll. And those are like the map part. Yes, thank you. Hello, Country Fried Minis. Oh, speaking of our friend Country Fried Minis, go over and check his channel out, Country Fried Minis, for painting miniatures and other shenanigans. They have a fun time over there, and occasionally we some of us show up over there for some stuff like the TTRPG Tuesdays, which has not been a thing in a few weeks,
Boy,
but
that's
I swear
that's gone way off the
it's
rails,
coming.
man.
It's coming back. It's gonna be okay. Country Fried Minis is down on it, but I know it's gonna come back. It's gonna be harder and longer and bigger and more explosive than ever. Um,
I'm
and
gonna have to go back and
I'm at
watch
the
the
helm of
last
that.
episode. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the last episode, so that one, I know what's going on, and two, I can remember the voice that I used.
The voice that you used for Tommy Two Tone is like a stuttery.
Yeah, it's a stuttery high.
It's a stuttery kind of high pitched, like
Yeah.
hyperactive.
hmm
Yeah, it's
Isn't
like
it?
the
Isn't it?
hyper ADHD halfling.
Isn't it like more? I think it's kind of like a little bit like Beavis or Butthead.
It's I guess
Yes,
Beavis-ish.
it's Beavis-ish. Yeah, maybe so.
Mm, try saying that fat Beavis-ish. Ah,
Whew,
all right.
beavers. It's like beavers. It's
Yes.
beavers.
No. Well, we should probably get into Dungeons and Dragons. So,
Whew.
last time on Up and Away, what happened? Well, really the last 3 or 4 times, there was a great big battle. You see, a SYN Invader had crash landed in Porta Nova, the old hometown of our heroes. And Argyle, who had already rushed back home because he knew that the SYN invasion was coming, was joined by his fellows, Guthix, Thiwar, Timmy. Of course, Rumbe's around here somewhere. Chud is also around here somewhere. And you've got Drake Tungsten and Fizz, both of the pilots of the gangers. And there's somebody missing. Who's that guy? Derek Starchaser. Where the hell is he? He was supposed to show up. But he hasn't yet. You haven't heard a word from Derek. Anyway, they went, and Argyle, Guthix, Thiwar, and Drake busted on board the ship had some disastrous things. Argyle's leg got crushed, or his foot got crushed. I mean, completely crushed. There was a huge fire in the bay of the SYN Invader, which was kind of a good thing because it destroyed the 3 SYN snatchers that were going out and snatching the townspeople. Eventually, you had to go out, get Argyle a wooden foot, heal up a little bit, and then make the assault again. You went back in, and it was harrowing, but eventually you wiped out many, many SYN, saved the townspeople, and finally got to the bridge of the ship, where you killed those SYN and rescued Elise.
Do you realize that we pulled that whole thing off without killing one townsperson?
That we know of.
That you know of, and that is actually quite impressive for your group.
I just realized that. I'm like, wait a minute. There was no collateral damage, at least on the ship.
Yeah. Oh, Country Fried Mini says he lost footage on his latest project too. Ooh, that sucks, man. Yeah. I feel bad for you because like the whole thing was just a mess. Also, are you a little bit behind, or is the stream just slow? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Dan. That is incredible because usually you guys do a lot of horrible damage to the townspeople. There's always collateral damage, but this time there seems to be not really too much, honestly. So I think there was something that happened where somebody shot the the force field, and it might have like ricocheted and blown up a building or something like that.
Yeah,
But it's
I think that did
unconfirmed
happen.
if there were any people in there, and it was a really close building, and most of the buildings that were close seemed to be abandoned
Evacuated
because who
or-
the fuck would
yeah.
want to be like right next to that thing anyway? So probably safe to say that you didn't kill any townspeople, but always a possibility. Anyway, you saved Elise, and you got everybody out of that SYN Invader as it was just smoking and on fire. And like that's pretty much where we are, right?
Yeah, we
Well,
went
no.
back.
Yeah,
we
we're
went back
back
to the
there.
manor
Mm-hmm.
where we ended.
That's right. Okay.
Because I remember Argyle at least got some healing,
Right, which is
to
why
and
the manor.
Ooh, look at that. That's a nice little.
Is why we have the manor.
that's
And
why we have that's why we have this house that looks like it should be in like Rehoboth Beach.
I mean, do you not remember what the house looks like? Like that's kind of
We actually never had a real good picture of that house. I don't think.
yeah.
Did
You
we?
guys don't remember there was
did.
I feel like the cover
Oh.
picture of Roll20 was kind of a nice white manor house like on a cliff.
Maybe so.
I don't even know if I have that one anymore because it was like a real photo of like a real house, I think.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Or it was a painting. It was like it might have been a really nice painting, but it would have been like a copyright image. But it had this look to it. I mean, the house did. It did look like kind of a moderny kind of Cape Cod-y house. Now you'll notice over here, that's the capital, and
that was the capital.
or that was the capital across the bay, and as you can see, there's still kind of a giant plume of smoke and weird light radiating out of the capital. So yeah.
That means the value of that house is lowered now because that view is
The
is-
view
Damn
is
property value.
yeah, property value is low, because actually right now the view is pretty fucking spectacular. It is, maybe not not good for all the dead and anyone who is over there in the capital, but it's quite a spectacle to look at, for sure. So yeah, that's
Like, yeah.
that's what.
So when do we get the zombie horde from the capital?
Right, right, right. Yeah. So after combat, you guys went back. I remember Argyle put Elise in bed, and they kind of were tending to her because Elise was kind of hurt, right? Like Elise got real
Yeah,
messed up, I
Elise got
think.
down to less than 0
Right,
and
right,
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 she went
had
unconscious.
and I gave her my healing
right,
like at
right.
the ship, and then basically I just put her to bed, and I'm in
Hmm.
bed with her, and yeah, we're
Right,
just kind of like we're both like just collapsed and relaxed, and
right,
other
right,
people are, and I think Chud was coming into town with with his father's army,
right. Correct, correct. So,
and
um,
everybody else was doing a. Oh, we had gotten Timmy to go and get Lucchesi and those folks to come up to the manor house as well
Yes. Yep.
to help
right,
tend
right.
the people. So people are getting, there's people like, because I think isn't Drake all fucked up, and
Hmm. Yeah, um, Drake got really hurt, I think. Drake is 12 of 52.
woo.
So, yeah, Drake's down 40 hit points. He's I mean, it's still 12 hit points, but even so, like he got banged up. Fizz Fizz is 7 of 21.
Damn,
Yeah, so Fizz is
they took a beating.
yeah, Fizz they took a beating for you guys. Oh yes, Tuesday, lobster rolls, says Country Fried Minis. Yes, definitely. Look forward to that. Those lobster rolls next Tuesday. No excuses, guys. Um, so yeah, at the moment, the Sin the Sin ship, the Marauder, your guys' ship, the Elise, I forgot, is like kind of just over here, like just off
Beyond
screen over
frame.
here, beyond
Yeah.
frame. Sa-
Yeah.
same thing. The two gangers were parked like down below, so they're like kind of down. They're like way down here, way down there, and because they're parked like underneath the bluff that kind of sticks out.
Mhm.
Um, what is Thiwar doing? Let's start with you, since Cameron has no earphones.
That is a good question.
It's technically it's still early in the day, because when you guys went back in for your assault, it was morning, and I mean, it didn't, even though it took like the last two sessions or whatever, in rounds are 10 seconds. So it was a fairly quick affair. So I'm going to say that even after like getting all the people back up to the it's probably only like noon, or just getting about to be noon. So it's still very early in the day.
I would
Isn't that right?
possibly
Didn't you
look
make
into
your assault in the morning? Shit, no,
very
that's
early morning, right?
yeah,
I
really,
thought we
really
did,
Yeah,
yeah.
early.
super
Mhm.
early
4 or
because
5 a.m. or something.
we had to go to bed kind of early because we got super messed
Right.
up the previous day.
Right. So yeah, so it was really early. So it's probably even before noon at this point. It's still like late morning, let's say.
Gotcha.
And I would try to
Um
find some communication methods or see if any channels of communication are still open for my previous employer.
I
Ooh.
So
see.
I would try to find a way to establish contact. or see if they still exist.
Gotcha. All right.
Anyway, Garrett,
That
that's
makes
a nice
sense.
shirt. I
It's
like
a
that
little too
shirt.
big, but
yeah.
thanks.
Don't forget, guys, we also have what's his name? Supernova. Aldo
Yes,
Nova.
that was part of what I was going to bring up.
We have
Ah, right.
we have Mystery Nova.
Fulgent
We have
Nova. You have Fulgent Incandescent Nova. Yes.
Folgers Nova. That's it.
Folger. Yes.
Folgers.
Folger's Crystals Nova. Yes. Yes. You have. Let's see. There was a man that was rescued that doop, 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 doop.
Dun, dun, dun.
That guy right there.
That tiny guy. There he. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. This is Fulgent Nova here, and
Colonel
his
Sanders.
yeah
Think-
Colonel Sanders and his granddaughter Candescent Nova are
Hey, do you happen to have, because we did say that we called him, and we haven't seen him in quite a while. Do you have a picture of Lucchesi?
I do not actually have a picture of Lucchesi. I have not made a
Really?
picture of Lucchesi. No.
Oh
Lucchesi,
man.
when I thought about doing one, I thought about like AIing just a picture of me as Lucchesi. So yeah. Imagine me with my hair real long, but instead of this like scraggly like homeless beard that I got going on, like imagine like a nice trimmed beard with like a little mustache that like not too handlebarry, but just kind of comes out just a little bit, like flicks out here to the sides, and is like just like comes to a nice little point right here, and finely dressed. That's Lucchesi. I'm even about the right age. I mean, maybe a little bit older than Lucchesi's supposed to be. He's supposed to be like probably in his early 40s. So, but
Ah,
you know, there you go. There you
okay.
go.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yes. To answer, are you a little bit behind? I am very much a bit behind. Yeah. Cool. That's what I figured that he was behind. His Country Fried Minis comments seemed like they were for things that were happening several minutes in the past. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't several minutes in the past, but I don't think so. I think we're pretty good. So yes, so you have Fulgent and Candescent Nova. You also have a like an enormous amount of townspeople. Are you actually? Is anybody going to kind of like take a count or anything like that? Because we really didn't do that. I actually don't even know how many townspeople. I'll have to kind
That
of
seems
look
like
here.
something Guthix would have done as he was helping tend to people. So yeah.
Right. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So you have 32 townspeople.
Oh,
plus Elise and Candescent and Fulgent.
is Rumbe back up with us again?
Say
Or is
32.
Rumbe still down in the town?
Rumbe is back up with you now because I'm gonna say that when Timmy went down to get to collect the Lucchesi and the others, that he also that Rumbe was kind of just wandering around down on the street there, and so I'm gonna say that he went and he picked up Rumbe. Um, all right, so Thiwar is trying to get in contact with his former employers. What is Guthix trying to do other than is he just generally tending to people, or does he have any other?
Yeah, well, Guthix was generally tending to people, especially since he is the primary healer, I guess, in this
Mhm.
situation. Um, And he also wanted to inquire a little more with the Novas and kind of update them and let them know about Captain Nova. And
God, what kind of a how the fuck does that conversation even begin?
yeah, I guess that kind of conversation begins with like helping people understand what happened and like answering questions and what's going on. So I guess Guthix kind of explains to these 32 people plus the two royals about their adventures in space. And
The townspeople are like, what?
yeah,
What the fuck?
so I guess that's what he's
You
doing
mean these
now.
people weren't
That's
demons?
that's incredible. Yeah, exactly. That's incredible. Okay, so all right, so that's what Guthix is doing. Okay, what is Timmy doing?
After is Timmy back now with the the Lucchesi people?
Yeah. We're gonna say that was a
Okay.
pretty quick
They
trip.
went
He went down, and while everybody was getting settled up here, he popped down and gathered everyone else together, and has just arrived with Lucchesi and the Lucchesis and Alonso and Barlow is
Oh.
there now. You know, the
Yeah.
whole
Alonso.
the crowd. Yeah, Alonso and Barlow. You know, the Bath Dwarf, your favorite.
Yeah, my favorite. Where could you can you copy that little drawing of him and just like put him on this screen for me, please?
Hang on, where's the? Let's see
That's
the,
probably one of my favorite drawings in our whole
Oh
campaign.
yeah, let's see here.
Take that drawing.
I gotta get there's
Just
like text too, so I gotta get
You
the
gotta
text.
take that drawing and put it through
Yeah, for a
AI and
bath?
see
Yeah.
what we get. Can you
Alright,
imagine if Barlow goes back
let's
to the
see
ship
if
with
this
us
works here.
every day?
I
He's
hope
gonna
he
look
does.
around and he's like, "Care." That's his job on the Destiny.
Not oh my
Care for a bath.
Yeah, for a bath. Oh,
Oh, he looks so weird off the thing here.
Yeah.
We gotta bring him on.
he's missing his big.
There we go.
Oh my god.
There we go. There's Barlow.
So I guess this conversation needs to be had. What are we going to do to help reestablish government and order here after the destruction of the capital?
Okay. So, first things first. All right. I'm going to have Guthix, because Guthix is going to like gather people around and tell this story.
Mm-hmm.
Make a charisma check.
Okay.
To see how well this story comes across here.
About as well
Wow.
as you can expect. About as well as you can expect.
It's about as well as you can expect. Oh, that's so funny. So I just rolled kind of a collective intelligence check for the townspeople,
Yeah.
and they also got a 19.
Interesting.
So there's
I feel like that equates to like it was explained poorly, but there's kind of a vague notion of like understanding in an abstract way, but really not.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
There's a ton of confusion, because here the thing is that like most people don't even have an idea of like what the like a planet, what
Mhm.
like that, even just the concept of like, okay, we're a planet and then there's like other planets, and then in the between the planets is just this vast nothing, and people are just like, I, you just don't like they're trying, like people have all these crazy questions, and
Mhm.
that's also kind of it because like Guthix starts to try and explain things, and then there's all these like crazy questions, and that's probably more of what's happening is like things are getting really off track with like trying to even just explain any of it, and it's just all kind of very very messy.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Thiwar,
Yes.
you know that of course uh, the house was set up for you. And if nothing has changed about this house, then you should be able to go into your room and uh, use your circlet in a with an extended range.
Okay, then I will certainly try that.
Okay. So you go ahead and you try that. When you
Trying to remember
do,
what my name even was. Ah,
I know what your name was.
Your real
I
name?
remember now.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
This is news to me.
So basically, the response that you get back is almost like a pre-recorded type of a like looping message that like when you try and concentrate to contact your old point of contact with the code that you would like normally use, instead of a person, there's just this looping message. And the looping message is telling all agents to go to Fort Maguno.
Interesting. Okay. I know where that is, but I have never been there
You have
as a
never been
character.
there. You know where that
Yeah.
is. And in fact, you know a lot about it because
Hmm.
obviously, you know,
Yeah.
from the previous exploits of your companions. So,
Right.
So that's the information that you get is just that looping message, and anytime you try, that's all you get. And it's almost like like again, it's like a one of those pre-recorded like, all agents report to Fort Maguno. Emergency, kind of that sort of thing. But yes, that's basically what you get. Um, Guthix, go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Oh boy, what
Oh
is
my
that?
god.
How?
Oh my god.
You see how that landed?
I did.
Mhm.
That's awful. It's like
Yeah.
right on the vertex between 5 and 18. Um, yeah. Yeah, so you're still you were trying to like bring it down to a more common sense level.
It's
It's
just
just
something that is so far
it's
beyond
it's so
the
far beyond.
experience of
Right,
everyone.
right, right. Like you're thinking that maybe you're thinking that maybe Fulgent Nova is kind of starting to grasp. He's kind of starting to pick up what you're putting down. But in general, most of the townspeople, oh yeah, it's just utter confusion. They have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Gotcha.
Um, and what was Timmy doing when he got back with the crew?
Uh, the government, the reaffirming order, and now that the capital is destroyed, pretty much.
Okay, so is he gonna talk to Fulgent, like pull him aside, or how's he gonna broach this subject?
Yeah, definitely. Probably not something to discuss openly with everyone. Probably something with Fulgent and yeah. Oh yeah, come and talk to you here for a minute.
Yes, certainly. What is it?
Look, we've been uh, we've been away for a bit, and I'm not even from this part of the continent, but I'm a little worried after what's happened here. These people and those that got away. Uh, we're going to need to relocate them. We're going to need to establish order and government, and um, I think it is partially our duty to help with that. So, what are your ideas?
That's been foremost on my mind. Can you confirm for sure that everyone who was in the capital the day of, well, the day of the disaster, can you confirm that they're dead?
And we confirm that everyone in the capital during the disaster died.
Is he asking us to investigate the capital, essentially?
He's
Yeah,
asking if there's any way to know for sure, because I mean, you can kind of look literally, he kind of looks out the window, and you're kind of like looking out the window, and you just see the and then he's just like,
yeah.
yeah, he's just like, is there basically what he's asking you is, if you kind of question him, he says, I just need to know if there's any chance that anyone in the capital survived, because if they did not.
Or let's see. I mean, you can probably do like some life form scans to like locate people, and
So Tanalana
but
walks over, and she like shakes her head. She's like,
no.
No, we can't do that, or no,
um,
there's no one alive.
we did
That's
some
a good point. Yeah.
we did some scans from the orbital ring when we first got here, and I don't know. Nobody could be alive in there. If they were, it would be amazing. But no.
Well, well, there you go. Sorry for anyone you might have lost.
My loss is not. Well, my loss is not what concerns me. It is the loss of our people, because my father, the Emperor, and my brothers would have been in the capital, which means that if that is true, I must bear the heavy weight of the Empire.
Bum bum
Yeah. Bow to your new Emperor, Fulgent!
Big Fulgent. Oh yeah, that does make a lot of sense. So I guess you're really the shot caller then. Is there anything we can help with, or think that over and let us know. Of course, we got some business of our own, but yeah.
Right. Well, if I'm correct, the military would have gone to the fort. It's probably where I need to go.
Oh, do I know what fort this is
Nah,
that he's
Timmy
talking
has
about?
no idea about the fort. Timmy wasn't there. He didn't. He had no
Yeah.
involvement in the fort stuff. But Guthix obviously is standing there, kind of, if
Also listening and talking to him.
I'm sure by this point Guthix has explained all that he can explain to the people.
Yeah, yeah,
there's
absolutely.
there's
I mean,
there's no
if it
more.
went that badly,
It
it's
went pretty poorly. They're
yeah.
pretty confused.
Is this the fort that we swung
Oh,
by when we
this,
did our first
oh, this is
arrival back?
the fort that we fucked up.
Yeah, the fort that he's
Okay.
talking about is Fort Madguno, which is the
Mhm.
fort. It
From like the very
is.
beginning of the campaign.
It is.
It's that place
Oh,
that
Mhm.
dur-
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where
during that battle that we had to fight like the kids and like the whole
oh, I remember. This
Yes,
is where
yeah.
Guthix got his lantern.
like this was yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. This Argyle and Guthix are very, very intimately familiar with the fort.
It was because yeah, Garrett wasn't with us yet, was
Yeah.
he?
No, because Garrett's
Wow, that's crazy to think of.
character, yeah, that's
Mhm.
how long ago. Because remember, raw Garrett Garrett's character arrived right after the events of the fort because it was because of the notoriety that your party had gotten at the fort. The government, the empire, actually set them up at this manor house. Remember, so that they could keep an eye on you because you had to have all those. Remember all the
Yeah.
weird agents and there's all those questions.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, obviously, Thiwar was initially all a part of that, and so right. So that kind of comes back to that whole deal. But anyway, yeah. So Fulgent is saying that he thinks that he probably needs to get to the fort to assemble the military so that he can kind of come with manpower and get things back into order. As he's saying that, Tanalana says, "If you need manpower, it looks like some has just arrived in the city." And she like puts up her multi, and there's like the little thing, and you can see the scan of the city, and down by where the SYN Invader is, those mounted horsemen have entered the city and are now like kind of. They look like they're kind of surrounding it at the moment.
As they're coming into the city, when you were describing it last week, it just it seemed to me that the entire mounted cavalry as they were moving in and they were in perfect formation and even the horses were stepping in perfect formation
That's
as
that's likely. That's likely. They're
they
all,
were coming in.
yes, yes. All these white horses, all this like shining white armor, uh all these very, very blonde guys with blue eyes and like teeth that like shine like the anime style, like, you know, um
Mhm.
where you get the handsome character that opens their mouth and has like the shiny teeth. All of them have that.
Shiny teeth in me.
Yes, Fort Maguna. No,
Mhm.
no, 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 no. Something like that. Um, but yeah, so those guys are apparently now in the city and kind of are doing something down there. You don't know, but they seem to have kind of taken up formations around, and
Sure. Well, then we should probably go down and, get Fulgent in contact with them and whatnot. Other than that, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, if you're gonna let Argyle and Elise rest, then who's gonna go down? Tanalana volunteers to fly you down.
Sure.
Down to where?
Down to the center of the city, so that you
Oh,
can talk to the mounted the cavalry that have just
That will begin to attack this ship. They have no idea.
yeah.
okay. Well, I will rejoin everyone downstairs and inform everyone of my need to go to the fort, as well as going with them to meet the cavalry.
Hmm. Well, you find out that there's a plan
Leave me
to
alone. Just leave me alone.
yeah, you find out that there's a plan to go to the fort, that Fulgent also wants to go to the fort. So there is a possible plan in the future to go to the fort, but for now there's going to be a group that's going to go down and check out the scene. Are you going to go with that group?
Yes.
Is Timmy and Guthix going to go, or is Guthix going to stay back at the house with the people?
Guthix will probably stay back with the people.
Okay.
I would
Drake
imagine
and Fizz are fucked up. They're like resting. They're not going anywhere. They got jacked up, so Drake
That
has
a good-
crashed out on the
yeah.
couch and like
I would imagine that a really, really good idea would be that that they set up a triage hospital for these people, these 30-some people, in the old lady's house. Because it's right down the way. And it gets everybody out of the way.
that's all good and everything, but does Argyle suggest that or
No,
no? Probably not.
no, no. No,
That's
Dan's
kind of Guthix was kind of just doing that here.
Yeah. I mean, the manor house is pretty
these
big.
motherfuckers out of my house.
Yeah. Argyle's like, all these people here in my fucking house. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Yes. So yeah, you fly down to the scene of the crime.
That shouldn't be there anymore.
Well, no, it should be the Elise, because now the
No.
the
big shield.
the big shield, yeah, the big shield is not there. Do I have one without the shield? I don't know that I do. You just have to imagine.
You mean
no shield.
you mean the shield is part of that?
I think the
you
shield
didn't like you didn't superimpose that over top of the shield of this map?
No. The shield is like part of the map, I think. Yeah. What are you talking? Yeah. The shield is definitely part of the map for sure. Yeah. The shield is 100% part of the map. There is probably some map without the shield somewhere in my notes, but nah, that's gonna take too long to find anything like that. So you'll just have to imagine that it's not here. Here, if we zoom in really far, no shield.
Yeah.
Zoom in really far. That's the way that you gotta do it. So, anywho, like that. The Elise lands here, and of course there's a little bit of a hubbub with the like, what is that thing? But Tanalana is like she tells Fulgent to speak, and he speaks, and she kind of plays his voice, and this is Fulgent Nova, and all the guys are kind of like looking with skepticism. You land.
Well, wouldn't Chud be down there like talking to his dad, being like, "Hey, this is good. These are our people."
Right. Same. Also, yeah. No, that's one of ours, man. So yeah, finally you land, and Fulgent and your characters come out, and you can see your good friend Chud and a bunch of Chudish looking guys, just like clones of Chud of various ages is essentially what you get. And there's a really like kind of old grizzled Chud, and Fulgent disembarks the ship, and starts talking to him, and he's like comes out, and he's like, Charles, it's good to see you. And he goes, "There, good to see you too." Huh. And they start to have a serious discussion, and Fulgent starts to kind of explain essentially what's going on, and the state of this, not really. He doesn't try and explain the whole like space thing. He just explains, okay, these are invaders, this is what happened, the capital's fucked, I'm the new emperor, like I got to get to the fort. And then he basically tells them to kind of begin to, yeah, yeehaw, hey Comstar Knight, what's going on? He tells them to kind of gives them orders to start getting the city in order, start getting Porta Nova, kind of to establish order, as Timmy was talking about. So now Chud and his brothers and cousins and uncles and all the various Studleys uh, begin to start following their orders, and start kind of some of them are kind of cleaning up some stuff from the SYN ship, which is still like smoking. They're like create a perimeter around it so that like nobody goes towards
wait a
it,
minute.
and they're like kind of getting
Should-
people to back away.
Shouldn't it be on fire still?
It is. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
fire coming out of the hole still, and there's like this black smoke just like pouring out of like every open orifice of this invader. So yeah, it's pretty jacked up, and they're kind of trying to like clear a big perimeter. Um is there anything specific that Thiwar or Timmy wants to do while you guys are down here?
Let's see. Timmy wants to suggest to the new emperor and that his family back in I don't even remember the origin town, but basically come on over and help out and
I don't know
be
that
employed and
Timmy
taken
ever
care
had
of.
a town, like we ever named Timmy's town.
I'm pretty sure. Like if you have the whole map.
Did you have a town? I feel like there wasn't a town name for Timmy. I do have the map, but I feel like it.
I think on the map there wasn't a town; it was just the region.
Oh yeah, just the region. It says Hin, so there's the region.
Oh
But
yeah.
like there's no like specific town for
Okay.
where Timmy and Terry came from. Unless you have a town name that you came up with in your notes, There
I
isn't
had
one.
I thought you just named the town that he came from. I'll think about it.
No,
But
we never did. We never, because remember, there are some of the original characters, because of the way that Timmy came into the adventure because his brother had died, and like he doesn't really have a backstory other than like I am avenging my brother, and then I'm like hanging with these peeps.
yeah. Well, he was a bartender. He was helping out the family in Hin, and when he heard his brother died, he came to, collect his belongings and, his body. Well, actually,
Well, yeah, he went. No,
his body
remember
was
his body was smashed. He went to go fucking to avenge his brother's death, to
yeah.
kill
But I
Baja
guess
too.
he was also kind of just, living out his legacy in memory then.
Right, of course.
But yeah, I mean,
But
I
yeah,
like to imagine that the Tinkle family is quite large, and get him on over here and get him working, get him well taken care of.
all right. Well, so he talks. So if he talks to the emperor about that, the emperor is he's pleased to hear that you're so excited about helping to get things back into order, and yeah, he's absolutely about trying to get anybody to come and help and restore order, and so yeah, he's all about it. But he says, first we're gonna have to probably get over to the fort, which if so now that the map is up, you can actually see. So you guys be over here, and the fort be over here.
It sounds like we need to go to Fort Maguno. Generally,
That's what it seems like. What about Thiwar? Obviously, he wants to go to the fort, but does he have anything else while you're down here in Porta Nova that he wants to do? Uh.
Helps if I unmute my mic.
Yes, it does.
Well, I guess I just won't do that now. Never mind. No, I don't think I had anything for Thawar in here.
Okay. So they're kind of doing everybody's kind of doing their thing, and Thawar's just kind of hanging out, and Chud comes up to Thiwar and he's like, "Hey, I'm not coming back with you guys. I'm staying here."
Are you sure? I think it would be amiss to lose you as a.
Yeah. That space shit's just not for me. Heroes is just not acclimating. Well, he wouldn't probably. Heroes is just he's not getting used to the space stuff, and it. Yeah, I think I got a duty here. Tell the others that well, tell them I said hey, and I'll see them later.
I can do that. If you ever decide to come back, I'm sure we'd take you back. If you can get a hold of us, that is.
Right on. Well, you'll know where to find me anyway. I'll be winning tournaments in the newly rebuilt capital. Fuck yeah. And then he gives you a high five, and he rides off.
see you, Chud. See you, heroes.
Goodbye, space cowboy. Or is it so long, space cowboy? I think it's so long, space cowboy. All right. So
I like how Timmy is like ingratiating himself with the Emperor and getting his family jobs in the Empire, like at the highest level. At this point, really, the highest levels of the Empire.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we came back here and we got things taken care of.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah.
The current emperor would be dead, would be slaved.
That's true. Yeah, the current
so-
emperor would be. He probably wouldn't even be dead. He would probably be enslaved.
yeah.
Even worse, enslaved by the SYN, used as a tool, a puppet of the SYN. So Thiwar, back down here in the capital, Thiwar is
Somebody go pick up that trash basket.
that trash bag. No.
Seriously, why did that generate there?
Wait, where is it? Right there.
That little waste basket.
The only thing like in frame of
Right there.
focus. Is,
It's good stuff. You know.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Thiwar is after he's finished talking to Chud, he realizes that there is there's like a message on his multi.
The war has a message on his multi.
Mhm. Thiwar has a message on his multi.
Who's it from?
It looks like it's from Astra. Commander Callus on info.
I'll take a listen.
It basically just says contact me as soon as you're able.
Well, I can't do that from here, I suppose.
No, you could.
Okay, then I'll contact Astra.
Okay, you contact Astra. And she's like, oh, Thiwar. Hello. I've been trying to get in contact with you. We've got some information, and I'm sure you have some things to tell us as well. We've been trying to monitor your progress. The SYN? Thiwar?
Aw.
Can you read
Yes,
me?
the SYN you were saying?
Yes, the SYN? What happened?
Oh, our SYN, yes. We were able to successfully. We were able
Everyone
to.
is dead.
That's it. Killed them all. Our mission was a success. We were able to infiltrate the bubble and save the civilians, as well as what appears to be the brother of Captain Nova.
The brother, which one?
Colonel Sanders, he goes by. Why can't I remember that first name?
It's Fulgent.
Folgers.
Nova.
Folgers Nova.
Yes.
Folgers
Yeah.
Nova. Yes.
Ah, well, I guess now the Emperor. It's good that you found him. I'm glad
Fulgent?
that somebody from the royal family is alive.
I fucked him once.
No. That's how I got to be the commander of this ship. So I've got some other things that you should definitely see. I'm downloading them to your multi now. The first is a media packet that we've compiled that you should definitely take a look at. And so you see like a little thing on your multi. It's like you like receive this little file. And she said the second is is a news report, and well, I think you should all watch it together. And I'm sending that now. And she like transfers another message. Share these with the others, and contact me back when you're in a position where everyone can speak and everyone is feeling okay. I'm glad that the mission was a success.
I want to
Right, I
see.
can do that.
I want to see Thiwar explain dirt roads and rocket ships.
Dirt roads and rocket ships. All right. So so she ends the communique, and then you see that you have these two files on your multi, and one is like a hollow file, like a video file, just a single file. The other is this like a big packet of files, and it says Thiwar important.
If it's super long, I'll like open it and just like flip through it in like 5 seconds just to get the gist of it or see what
Okay.
it's loosely about, but I won't read it till later.
So you open it up and you realize that it's like all of these reports, and almost all of them have the byline Wistatway.
Oh no.
And they have titles like Hans Proner's Twisted Destiny, Disaster on Escrito, Popstar pirates blast their way out of Zwario Wandi, leaving 25 dead. And Gengar Y, Gigi's insane new protege, and his obsession with the super robot. And there's like
Interesting.
100 of them at least.
Okay. Okay.
And
I will
it's
pocket that and read them more deeply tonight.
right. Okay. The other file looks like it is a news report. Like I said, it's a hollow file, and it says FNN news report. Is what it's labeled.
Right. I'll find the rest of the group. I think we should head back. Actually, everyone's here. Did anyone not come up with us?
Argyle did not come with you.
Right.
And neither did
Guthix.
Oh,
neither did
Guthix. Yeah. Guthix
And
and
Guthix.
Argyle both back at the back at the house.
Actually, boop, boop. Your multi's beeping again.
Yeah.
Thiwa-
Hello. Go for Thiwar.
Thiwar, this is Mary.
Yes. What can I do for you?
We're starting to get a little bit out of range.
Probably by this time, yeah.
But just we've been monitoring. Let Fulgent know. We still have Nova. We still have the captain. We're going to do our best to make him well.
All right. I can convey that message. Thank you.
Safe travels. Mary out.
In the background, you're, hey, Mary, get back here and have another drink. It's like 30 days in deep space. Remember, aboard a ship the size of the Marauder.
Right. Oh, I know.
With a pretty decent sized party, actually. Like there's a decent amount of
Oh, I
people
know.
unpacked on that fucking ship. Right? Because it's pretty much
Yeah.
all the rest of your characters are there.
Oh, before she's out, did Derek show up?
No. Is he not with you either?
He was supposed to go there. That son of a bitch. All right. Mary out.
Yeah. No, Kegel, don't do that! What is going on that ship? Yeah, back to them later. Uh, so yeah, so it looks like that Charles Studley Sr. and his group of paladins and clerics are now in kind of they've they've kind of figured out what they're doing, and they are now kind of beginning to kind of set up various like triage stations, and then trying to like go through the city to kind of let the citizens know that things are safe, and that things are back under the control of the empire and all this stuff. So that seems to be happening. Fulgen asks Timmy if we need to. Do you think we need to go and get your companions before we go to the fort?
Who does he mean by companions?
Like Argyle and Guthix.
Oh yes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
We're a team. Yes, most definitely. They're valuable teammates.
Then we should go back to your manor house. Maybe we should rest just a little bit more. Make sure that everyone is in good shape. Head to
That
the
would
fort.
be excellent timing. I actually have a message for the rest of our group.
Good. We'll recuperate and head to the fort tomorrow in the morning. Does that sound all right?
Oh yeah, I believe that works for me. And knowing the others, it probably is good for them.
All right, let's go. So you fly. Tana flies you back up to the.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh my
god.
god.
Well,
Tana
just
flies
looking at
you back up to
looking at
this.
a video.
Oh, you're not supposed to be looking at that video yet. The war hasn't
No, no,
even
no,
shared it. Oh, you're looking at
no,
another kind of video. I
no,
understand.
no.
Mm.
I'm looking at the video of the Ollie's parking lot, or not the Ollie's, but Ollie's parking lot. Like that stream that goes down in front of Ollie's, like just destroyed both of the bridges to get over. Just nearly destroyed the one bridge to get over into there, and it's
Dan, what you're
completely
saying
flooded.
has like zero context to anybody like watching on the stream right now.
I
Like
don't care.
everybody's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So
Okay.
Dan
I
is
don't care.
obsessed because the city that they live in completely flooded, but we're not flooded, so it's all good. Anyway,
Yeah.
you're back at the manor house, and Fulgent is going to take a rest. He's old. He just became the emperor, and he needs to rest and digest all of the things that have just happened. So you give him like a little privacy, a little room, and you've Guthix has kind of gotten everyone settled down, and kind of there's some people that are like they're like, we're okay, we're just gonna go home. Like, we know
Okay.
our home's not destroyed. If as long as nobody's gonna stop us from going home, we just want to go home. So there
Let
are
him go.
some like a decent amount of the townspeople that leave. There are some that are still very frightened, that kind of stay because you're like their saviors or whatever. But there are a
Mm.
decent amount of people that go. So the house clears out a little bit more, and it kind of is a little bit more quiet by the time everybody gets back.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
don't see any reason to stop him.
what is Elise's condition at this point?
Elise, was she conscious at the end of the last one? I'm trying to think.
I don't think she was quite conscious. I think she had literally like one hit point.
Yeah, I think she had like 0 or 1 hit point. She doesn't have many hit points anyway because she's just like a regular person.
Mhm.
So let's see here. I'll say that she's conscious, but tired,
Mhm.
and she pretty much just wants to lay in bed because she's still pretty banged up. She could probably use a healing potion if you could scrounge one. But other people are also banged up. But obviously, Argyle doesn't care about other people. Um, so yeah, that's the state of Elise. She's just wanting to like basically like sleep and maybe like eat a little bit, but she's not really trying to do anything.
Right.
So is Argyle just going to continue to kind of like tend to her,
Mhm.
even when he hears the others arrive?
Fuck everyone else. That's my wife.
I mean, he hasn't seen his wife in months.
True, true.
She's almost died.
Right.
You know.
Mm.
Although, I mean, unless they call him downstairs because there's something important that needs to happen,
Right.
he's not gonna come. He's not coming downstairs.
He's not coming down unless they call him. Okay. So that's that. Okay. So the Argyles just continues to be upstairs in his room with Elise.
Well, maybe I would call him then. If the townspeople disperse, I would call a meeting of the Destiny crew.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I'll
What-
be right back.
Once you've started to get back, like it's probably because I'm gonna say it probably took a while down at the, even though there was only little conversation, there was probably a lot to kind of do down there, Fulgent giving orders and everything. So it's probably getting close to evening now. I'm gonna say maybe Elise has drifted off to sleep. You call Argyle down, and now it's the evening, and uh, kind of Timmy and Drake's tungsten have both kind of stirred because they're looking for food, and you're kind of down in the main area with just your party members, Tana and Drake and Fizz.
Right. If everyone's gathered, we have a message from the ship, and I'll pull up the hologram.
Okay. So you pull up the hologram on your multi, and you play, and it goes, "Ba-na-na-na. Good evening, I'm Ken Kazarable, and this is FNN, your trusted news source from across the stars. We begin tonight with a breaking story from the frontier. Reports are coming in from the capital. The House of Managers and the Board of Directors have recently reached a decisive resolution concerning the embattled world of Fro 13515. In response to a devastating SYN invasion, the capital had authorized immediate deployment of disaster aid to the planet. Fro 13515, a once isolated world under protection status, will now receive full support as it transforms into a formal citizenship within Frobos. Officials are calling this historic first contact. The first time in a long time that a protected world has been granted full Frobos status in the wake of a hostile incursion. More updates as the situation develops. For now, our thoughts are with the brave new citizens of Fro 13515. I'm Kirk Kazarbal, signing off.
Well, That is quite interesting news. That means free transportation for citizens outside the planet, and
Does it? What is disaster relief on an interplanetary scale? What does that even mean?
It means that they want the resources there. The SYN
Right.
wanted something on this world, and I can tell you what it was.
oh,
There are ships out in the desert. There's still a SYN ship in the ocean. We need to make sure we get to those before Frobos gets here. I'll tell you,
It sounds like they're
they
coming.
they probably wouldn't have even paid any mind to this world if we hadn't have come back. They might have just let the SYN have it. Too much attention. But I heard y'all talking. I guess that new vulture is the emperor now. He ain't gonna like this one little bit.
I see. So you
hmm.
think they would be interested in the Riftium on this planet as well as the ships from the Titans?
Possibly. But I don't know. What do I know? You saw how they treated us when we first came out. How do you think they're going to treat everybody else on this world?
Yes, that is a good point. I think it's quite astute. We should go to the desert and procure those lost ships, and we should also prepare our people for the new world. I know
Well,
at least that I would want to. I would want to go to my colony up in the Evergreens and meet with them about this, among some other things.
Yeah, once Elise is better, I need to go see my family. I
yes, they.
say that we just take the world and put it into the other side of the
Yeah,
universe.
Push it somewhere
exactly.
else.
Yeah, yes, that's that is that sounds roughly about like Rumby's contribution to the conversation.
While Frobos, they are at least the enemy of our enemies. They do oppose the SYN, so there is at least that. We still don't know their true intentions.
Perhaps not. Maybe they would have made this news and made this decision with or without us coming here, and but we've seen what's happened in the past. We cannot let further devastation happen to our planet.
No. Do we know a timeline? We know when they're coming?
We can message the ship and see if they have any better information from there.
Because they might change their tune a little bit. They know we're here. And we're still here. I know they got a ton of ships. But one thing they don't got, they ain't got us. Argyle is feeling wispy because he's with his wife.
Yeah. And he probably popped a couple more of those pain pills.
Yeah, it's kind of sounded like a little bit of that kind of talk.
He's like, hey, Tony, you got that shot again? And he's like, pop a little bit of some of the pain meds, SYN opioids.
One person, I think that you know, as big as Frobos is, they're really concerned with us at all. But you know, whether it's like a political thing of the SYN attacking and they want to look good to the general public, or they actually do want to come here and mine more resources. But you know, our primary objectives, you know, what we're here for outside of helping out Argyle and the people is, you know, we need to definitely find those ships.
So our objectives are find the people in Blockton and find the Titan ships that are still buried here.
Didn't y'all say you needed to go to the fort?
Yeah, we gotta do this.
And to the fort.
That fort was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Boy, Ren would like to go back to that fort. Too bad he's not here. Old Rennie boy.
Old red boy. Dadgummit.
So,
People are like, we just need to give Argyle this shot every day.
every time, yeah, just give it to him every time. Well,
Excuse me.
then what is what's your what's the plan? What is the order? What do you think you're gonna what you
Well,
know what
first-
you've got to do, so what do you think you're gonna do?
Well, here's my thought. What? We got 3 ships.
Split the
Why?
party 3 ways.
I could,
Yeah, I was kind
You-
of thinking that too, but I was like, that's a really bad idea.
you guys don't need to go to Plockton. Me and Tana can just go to Plockton. Couple of you can go to the fort. Then one of the ships can go out and start looking at the Titan ships. We could always pick up that SYN Marauder on the way out. The one that's underwater. Because I don't want to leave Elise for at least another day. I want to make sure she's in good hands. Plus, I need to whittle me or get me a crutch because this thing ain't cutting it anymore.
Whittle me a crutch.
If you did want to get the ship that crashed in the ocean, I can be of help with that. I've been meditating and I know a ritual that'll allow me to breathe water as freely as air. I feel like that would be quite useful in navigating that. But
I thought you were going to pull a Luke Skywalker on Dagobah with like.
I wish I had
Yeah.
that power. That'd be sick. But yeah, that's a possibility.
Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, so
I probably let's say this. Let's say probably go to the fort first and get that done. Then maybe do the ship stuff. I can kind of agree with Argyle and Tonalana going to Plockton together.
I mean, if we need your help, we can always call you.
Yeah.
We don't think the issue in the caves with like all the people huddled in the caves, that's a hostile situation.
Well, if it is, I'll deal with it. Like I said, I can always call you. Argyle accidentally destroys his entire all the town folk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, what's your little time? I guess what is the timeline then?
So we're proposing splitting 2 ways. Most people go to the fort, but then Argyle and Tana go to Blockton.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
But
then
Argyle and Tonalana are not. Argyle's not leaving for another full day. So he's gonna wait another full day and night and then leave the following day. Because he wants to make sure Elise is like really good before he goes.
Okay.
Because if we're in the evening now, so tomorrow he's gonna spend with Elise, sleep and then go. Everybody else can leave whenever they need to because that's whatever.
Yeah,
Sure.
everyone else could just go first thing in the morning.
Okay. So then the plan is that everybody but Argyle goes to the fort. Presumably
that's
in one of the gangers. Right?
Mhm.
And then Argyle and Tonalana are going to go to Blockton in a day. And then is everybody going to kind of meet after that? Assuming that there's not issues at Blockton or the fort, is the idea to meet in the desert?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that where we
Yeah.
think a ship is
Well, I know it is.
in the wasteland?
Tana, pull that up on your multi. Show him what we scanned from the tower.
So
Oh, hey, the map is up.
yeah, there is like literally like right in the middle of the waste is seem to be um some buried tech, some buried ships.
Then how about we meet up in Bethlehem? We all know where that is, right?
the the surprise guest appearance.
Meet up in Bethlehem.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
You can do that.
That's
Wait
something
a
that you
minute.
could do.
Has anybody tried to call that Dirk Star Cruiser guy? Wasn't he supposed to be here?
He was.
Yeah, so
You
I was
know.
talking to Mary. He wasn't with the ship either. Maybe we should try to contact him.
You can try and contact
Yeah.
Derek Starchaser? All right. So you get your multi out and you're like trying to contact Derek and you it's like well, howdy. This is Derek Starchaser. I'm chasing stars right now, but if you leave me a message, I might just get back to you. I'd like to get back to you when I've got some time. So after the beep, boop.
What the hell was that?
Derek, this is Thiwar. We are concerned. We were supposed to meet up. Please respond back as soon as possible.
All right. So you left a message for Derek.
There's one other thing. I'm hurt. Elise is hurt. Look at them two, and he points over at
Hey. Oh
those
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Those guys are really fucked up. Did I hear somebody say that Chud's people are down in the city?
Yeah, Chud's people
Yeah.
are down in the city. A whole bunch of paladins and clerics, apparently.
Maybe a couple of them ought to come up here tonight and lay on some hands.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I'm at 2 HP. Oh.
like we're all like dying.
That's not a bad idea.
Let's
I was
see.
looking at my
mean,
silver all night thinking I was at full HP for some reason.
Looking at your silver.
He's like a 2. He's
Silver.
walking around talking to
God.
people. He's
Like
like
2
all
HP. So Thiwar is like,
worst.
Holy
No,
shitty.
the worst part is Chud walked up to him and started talking to him. Saw he was completely fucked up. Didn't do a goddamn thing.
gave him a high five.
Like, oh, sick, bro.
Thiwar has probably just been like acting like on complete adrenaline, not realizing there was like this just like festering wound on his side like the whole
Okay.
time. Oh shit.
All right, I'm
Oh,
gonna cast Cure Light Wounds twice, and then 2 more times upcast. I don't know how that upcast works though.
Wait, upcast? What do you mean?
Is that not a thing?
No.
Cast a
Wow,
lower
that's
level, but spend a higher level slot.
yeah.
Oh.
I was like, really? That's not a thing in this edition?
No, you can do it, but you have to have memorized them.
Oh yeah, of
You have to,
course.
yeah, you have to have memorized
Yeah,
them. Like
my
that.
entire intention today with Guthix was just
Like
all
totally
Cure Light Wounds.
memorize all healing. Okay, yeah. No, then that's totally a thing. Yeah, you can use higher level slots for lower level. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Okay.
Do they get
Oh.
more powerful? Like I get like a +2 or something, or
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
But let's see.
Those are good rolls there. Though.
Yeah, those are good rolls. So who's getting those?
Let's see. I get one because I'm fucked up. I'll get one of the 6s, and I'll give the rest out to whoever needs them.
All right. So we're gonna say Thiwar's pretty messed up. So we're gonna say and Drake and let's see who gets what.
So here's the thing. I'm 38 of 44. I'm not messed up.
Yeah, a Thiwar, you got
Elise is.
6 back.
He's messed up in spirit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thiwar got 6.
Okay.
I am half health now.
That's better. And we got.
But yeah, some of them clerics need to come up. Some of those clerks need to come up and
Yeah, and then we
lay
got
on some hands, some
Drake
people.
And, Biz a
Oh yeah,
little
Drake
bit.
definitely should probably take one.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. So, okay. Drake and Fizz. Tana's like, I'll go down and I'll talk to Chud and I'll see if I can find some clerics to come back here.
Okay.
And so Tana does that, and
Didn't you message in the Facebook group like we found some potions and Garrett took them?
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Thor
also a
was
thing.
so dazed.
Thiwar should have some healing potions that you guys found in that apothecary.
Apothecary.
Apothecary. Like
A
Apothecary.
cockapoo fairy. A cockapoo fairies.
Yes, I have four healing potions now.
Lona.
Tana,
Okay.
Tana, Lana.
All right. Tanalana, she arrives about an hour later back at the manor house with 3 clerics, 1 older and 2 younger. Chud has already been sent to do some like guard duty and stuff, so he's not coming back. But there's some Studley cousins that have come up here, and they're gonna do some big healing on people. So let me see what.
See, that's the thing. It's like you heal everybody up really well tonight. That way they're healed so they can get really, really good sleep. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So first thing, one of them is gonna heal Thiwar. Thiwar's gonna get 7 hit points back. Is Timmy hurt?
I believe Timmy is completely fine. It's Guthix that's mostly hurt.
How bad is Guthix hurt?
Currently 14 of 24.
Okay, they're gonna do a cure serious on Guthix, and he's gonna get 10 hit points back.
Nice.
Is he still down after that?
Nope, that does it.
Okay, and then we're gonna get cure light for Fizz. Oh yeah, okay, that's good. And then Drake is gonna get a heal. Those aren't bad rolls. Okay. And is Argyle down at all?
By 6.
Okay, one of the guys is gonna come up and he's gonna cure light on Elise, and Elise is gonna be completely back to full. And then he's gonna cure light on Argyle, and he's gonna get 6 hit points back. All these healing rolls have been excellent. I haven't rolled anything lower than a 4.
That's nice.
Oh yeah.
Which is insane. And you didn't. Well, actually, you rolled 3s, but still, like you got pretty good healing rolls too. So at this point, I think the only person after everybody is finished healing that is still hurt is Drake. And he's not that bad off now. He's like, yeah, I'll heal up. I'll be good. Thank you. And after those clerics are finished tending to everybody, they also go and give healing to Fulgent and Candescent, as well as they heal any remaining town people, any stragglers, and then they take those remaining townspeople with them when they leave. And they don't fly. They don't have Tana take them. They just take the people on horseback and they leave. And by the time they leave, it's night.
Wait a minute. They insisted on bringing the horses onto the ship when Tana went to get them.
Yeah,
oh yes,
yeah.
duh.
It's part of their order, dude.
I mean,
I can imagine that Tana was making friends with all the horses.
Oh yeah. Tana was probably like having a blast with the horses. Now she's actually probably like, do you know what the one told me? It was an amazing story.
I bet the horses got gossip like crazy.
So yeah, she was definitely having a good time with those horses. So people are now healed up, and actually now that Elise is like feeling much better, she's like, yeah, we probably shouldn't wait a day. She's like, we should go tomorrow.
Are you gonna come with us? Me
Sure,
and Tana?
of course. Why wouldn't
So
I?
So I guess Argyle is taking Tana and Elise back home.
Okay. All right. So so you have the plan. Uh, it's nighttime. Is anybody doing anything? Any
Oh
last
yeah,
things before? Now that she's healed, buddy.
fully healed.
It's been. You know how long it's been. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so Argyle and Elise are going to be occupied. What about everybody else?
Um,
I'm gonna read all of those other articles, but
Okay.
like, there's like this weird like scratching noise coming from a few rooms over, so I'm probably gonna go out and just like chill under the stars for a while and read
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, yeah. I actually like what is I'm trying to think how did the layout of the rooms.
I
Because
know Ren had like
Oh
we
a
wouldn't
porch
be
yeah.
in.
window outside. I would like go that way.
Oh
See, the thing
yeah.
is, we wouldn't be in Argyle's room. We would actually be in Elise's
Oh,
room.
okay. So if you're in Elise's room, that's actually kind of far away. I was gonna
Mhm.
say if you're in Argyle's room, you're definitely right across the hall from Thiwar. But
But we're also like right next to Ren, so you can't even go into Ren's room and get away from it if you wanted to. If we were in my room.
right. No, actually, you're in kind of the perfect place because like
Yeah.
Marth's room is gonna be empty because obviously Marth is now Smarth and he's
hmm
kind of permanently attached to Guthix.
yeah.
So but yeah. All right, well
Barlow.
then
Barlow. If Barlow stays in his old room, he's used to it.
oh yeah, Barlow. He's like, an autograph. You're
Uh,
gonna need a bath after that.
that's what Guthix is doing actually. I was trying to think,
Oh
but
yeah,
that's it right there.
He's getting a bath.
let's get in the bath.
Yeah, he's
Actually,
getting a
that
bad Barlow.
oh, that totally makes sense. Okay, so Guthix is getting a man. It's been like six
It's been
months.
forever.
It's been forever. And actually, that's going to be a nice little like thing because it'll be Guthix and Smarth in the
Mhm.
bath with Barlow, and definitely having a good
Oh
time
my
there.
god.
So yeah,
No.
Guthix.
Can you imagine Drake and Fizz's face?
Wait, what was that? Oh, you know what? Drake Tungsten and Fizz definitely need to get in on this bath action, actually.
Do they really?
Now that I'm
Oh
thinking
my god.
about it, yeah, they got all busted up. You know how long it's probably been since Drake and Fizz have had like a bath, like a
Oh my
nice like
god.
hot spring type of a leisurely bath. Yeah, it's probably been
Actually,
forever.
Millie
no,
guys.
not for Fizz. He's been on that planet for a long time. He probably got sponged off by those lizard men
But
all the
those
time.
lizard people, I don't. That's not exactly the Plus, he was like out in the crappy, like, I mean, he probably did have like a big tin tub that he sat in, but he was unhealthy, so he was unwell. So this is different. He's now that he's healthy, he's like, yeah, both Drake and Fizz when they hear Guthix is going to the bath, oh yeah, they're like, oh, I like a bath. Let me give me some of that action. Fizz is like,
Oh
you
my
got a
god.
bath, dwarf? Oh, mate. I never heard of that, but I'm
What
down.
a what a crowd together in the bath.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my
See
lord.
that's the fan art that we need. Drake Tungsten,
No,
Fizz,
no, no,
Guthix,
no.
Need
Marth,
someone to
and
watch your back
Barlow
at
in the
night, eh?
bath. Oh. All right.
Oh
Well, okay.
god.
So then what about Timmy then?
Timmy is going to
Gonna
look
stay
into some reading
Yeah, just have a little
here in the
scrub.
library. Do some
Ah,
studying. He wants to especially look into like now that Argyle's like without a proper foot, he's gonna really hone in on the mech dream.
Gotcha,
the cyborg
gotcha.
dream.
So he's gonna go into the library, but he's not gonna use any of the books. He's gonna get his multi out and connect to the server at info and start looking around doing that shit, right?
Yeah, I guess that would make the most sense. Yeah.
That probably would. Okay. And then what about Thiwar?
Just reading, and then I might investigate this attic again, just one last time.
Okay, okay. So you're
Sure,
gonna
there's nothing.
read through those articles and then investigate the attic. All right, all right.
Somebody's gonna need to put a hit out on Wissetway.
Wistatway, the
Oh yeah,
fucker.
Wissetway is doing some dangerous stuff for his own sake.
I did want to see if there was like any purpose to the articles. Like, did it just seem like it was slander, like he was just writing hot articles because that's his job, or does it seem like there is some other intent behind
Is
this thing?
Wissetway a failed pop star turned journalist, and he's
Oh my
jealous, and he's jealous. He's jealous of.
The crazy Mr. Tway lore coming out.
So Wistatway is basically he is a like TMZ level journalist. But as far as you can tell, there haven't been because of like there was like the war and then the SYN, because the SYN have kind of been in control of this area for the last 7 years or whatever. There haven't really been any like scoops. So like he's like really latched on to Hans and the Destiny because it's like a big story that combines like entertainment with like intrigue and action. And so like he's you Thawar is getting the idea that Wistatway is just using you guys as to get big bylines, to get views.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so the stories are salacious. The problem is that they contain facts. Right? Like they contain like things that actually happened. They contain like pictures of your faces. They contain like all kinds of stuff. Like for example, there's the one article about that's like I can't remember what it was first on my phone. It's like pop stars blast their way out of pop star pirates blast their way out of Zwariowandi, killing 25. Like in that article there are like security hollow pictures of like all of you guys. There's like one of like Rumbe like standing over this guy like shooting him in the fucking head. So there's like
Oh
some
Oh my
there's some
God.
crazy stuff.
Oh wait. Is there anything about Anya in these articles?
So no. There's some early stuff about Anya. There's some stuff about Anya pertaining to her, like because there's like articles about
When she's on the whale.
whale, yeah. There's articles about WhaleCon, there's articles about the race, anything that she was there for, but beyond her leaving, there's no articles about that, and it doesn't seem like Wistatway has any idea about like lore or any of that. Like none of
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
But anything
or if he does, he's being censored.
right, anything that you guys have done in public though, yeah, there's like it's all out there. There's a ton. And obviously now that he knows who you are and is like kind of following you, it's like you can tell that he is like doggedly following every little piece of information. And any scrap that he gets, that he's able to put out into the public in some kind of an article or a report, he will, is what you're getting. Oh, there is one other thing, and I'll just remind you, it's likely that you guys contacted the Destiny at info to see if they had any timeline on Frobos. And when you did that, they don't have an exact timeline, but judging from where the capital is and all the information that we have, you probably only have a few days before the before Frobos ships begin showing up at the planet.
That would make sense. Then we better hurry.
So for the night, Argyle, go ahead and make a Constitution check -8.
-8.
-8.
Hey, listen. Listen.
Whoa.
If he's as hurt, if that's as a problem as it is, he's not the one on top.
Well, no, this is for length. For like how long?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's
Okay.
-8. 6
Oh, I see.
months.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
1 second. 2 pumps.
Mm.
But very enjoyable 2 pumps for everyone involved. So there's that. Okay. Let's see. I mean, hell, Guthix, make a Constitution check.
Wait a minute. He's not. He doesn't.
He's bathing.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Guthix had the most relaxing bath that he's ever
lasted
had
longer
in
than
his
anybody
entire
else.
life. Yeah,
My
Guthix
whole
is.
life.
It's that this bath, it comes close to the world root, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a
There's a
glorious
spiritual
bath.
experience
It's
going
a
on here.
big spiritual experience, and Guthix is loving it, and so are Drake Tungsten and Fizz. They're
Really?
they're having a grand old time.
Good.
And finally, after everyone goes to bed, Thiwar makes his way up into
I was gonna say, roll that Constitution check, Thiwar.
yeah, up into the attic. So you
You encounter a strange woman with an oddly familiar face.
when you go up into the attic, it feels really cold.
Oh no.
Okay.
Like as you start to walk, as you climb up into the attic, it's like feels really cold up here. Like colder than it should. It's winter, but like you've got all the fires and stuff going. I mean, there's fireplaces in like all these rooms, and it's winter. Like all these fireplaces are lit, so it should be warm up here because it's like warm downstairs and the heat rises, but it's not.
Since I know we're going to sleep, I do have one left. I'm gonna just cast a continual light on myself, on my chest, as like a lamp, just in case.
On yourself?
That is an interesting decision.
Yeah, that is an interesting.
Yeah, like
decision.
a headlamp. Except I'll put it like chest height.
He glows everywhere he goes.
Right. So you go up into the attic. It's cold. You cast continual light, and Make an intelligence check.
Yeah.
As you walk up the stairs, or as you climb up the stairs, and you get up to the top, and you look around, you feel like maybe it's just a trick of the shadow with the continual light that you just cast, but it almost looked like a shadow, like kind of whipped behind you. And remember, the attic of this manor is like big because it's like the whole floor. So it's like a big open space with like some like some there's like support beams, but other than that, it's like pretty open.
Ah, great. Now Thor's not gonna be able to sleep. Um. Huh. Do I keep poking around?
Yeah. You got to find out the weird feeling.
Everybody's like totally asleep by now. Like, and everybody's out because it was a tiring day. Anybody who was in the bath, they're snoozed. Argyle, obviously, he's spent.
All right. Yeah, I will investigate a little bit further.
Okay.
I will have a dagger ready.
Okay, you pull out your dagger and you're like looking around. You turn around. Are you gonna remember the room is big? Are you kind of gonna search the? It's not only big, but it's weird because obviously, like if it's the size, but it's like a weird shape. So there's kind of like some bends and corners, and if like you're up over here, right? Like
No,
it's
no.
hard to see what's over here, right? Because like you know what I
All
mean?
these
Like
pe-
it's a little
all
bit.
these people with energy pistols hear something up in the attic. Just knows the floor is wooden. It's just like, what's that?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? We can't have one night.
Yeah. So yeah, like you're again, this is all open obviously because you're up in the attic, but if you're like kind of over in this here, you kind of you thought that that shadow kind of went over in here, which is a little bit you'd have to kind of make your way over there. It's kind of like around the corner a little bit almost.
Around the corner.
Yeah, like are you gonna
Okay.
basically it looked like you're over here. Obviously like the 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 thing to get up in the room is like over here and then like you're and then like when you saw something kind of whip around you, it seemed like it was coming from like over that direction.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah, I will proceed over that direction.
Asha's got a hole staring down at Argyle. And
And you walk over in that direction and you didn't check over here before. But there's something over here. When you came up here before and you just kind of looked around real briefly and you didn't really see anything. But now that you've walked or starting to walk over this way, all the way over here in the very corner, there's something covered in a sheet.
Is this the mirror? Does it?
As you slowly approach it, yeah, it looks like it could be that standing mirror.
Which disappeared at one point, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like over here before in the upstairs. It was like more towards the center above Argyle's room. Which is why you didn't see it when you came up before, because like you just kind of came up, looked around, and you didn't see it because it was like all the way back in this corner, and you didn't really thoroughly check up here before.
Right? I mean, I'll take off the cover.
Okay. Thiwar walks over to the mirror, and you grasp the sheet that's on it. It's kind of dusty. You pull off the cover, and for just a split second, because you've got continual light on your chest, and obviously that continual light is super fucking bright, and it's gonna reflect in that mirror. When you pull off the sheet, you kind of have to like do one of these things because it reflects back into your eyes. But just for a split second, as you like had to cover your eyes real quick, you thought you saw the face of Gretchen and Sasha, Masha, others that you'd seen. But it only lasted for a second, and then like once you kind of like had to like you kind of adjusted and you kind of like held your hands over where the continual light was to kind of look in it. Now you just see your own reflection in kind of a dusty mirror.
Just a mirror, and it's just a mirror. It's not like a mirror cabinet or a mirror case or anything, right?
It's one of those mirrors. I think I've described it before. It's like one of those that can like it's like on a
Flip.
stand and it can flip around, so it's like a long oval that can like flip in the center.
If I flip it, is there a mirror on the other side too?
When you flip it over, there is no mirror on the other side. It's just wood.
All right, I'll flip it back around.
When you flip it back around, make an intelligence check.
All right.
When you flipped it back around, there was a weird flash, but like it looked kind of strange, but you didn't catch it. It happened too quick, and then it's just your appearance again, your reflection.
Thor has a thought. He just forgets what time it is. But I'm just gonna grab the side of the mirror and like throw it down on the ground.
Okay, so you're just gonna grab
Sorry.
the mirror and like just throw it down.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. All right.
Argyle really may shoot up into the through the floor.
Argyle. Argyle's getting it on. Argyle's getting it on. Oh yeah, he's getting it on. Oh yeah, her hair's in her face. He's getting it on. He moves her hair out.
No!
It's Gretchen.
No!
And then there's like this crazy like shattering sound, and Argyle wakes up.
If Argyle wakes up and that has happened, and he hears shattering coming from above him,
Yeah.
he's gonna jump out of bed and run upstairs.
Elise also wakes up and screams.
Here's the thing. When Argyle jumps out of bed and runs upstairs,
He
yes,
doesn't have a foot.
Well, no.
He probably took it off to fuck and sleep.
Well,
Duh!
Foot stays
Why would he have a
on.
foot on? Why would he have the foot on? It wouldn't make sense. If he's just
That's
jumping
true.
out of bed, he ain't got no foot.
That's true. So he's gonna hop.
He's probably gonna jump out of bed and like fucking fall on his face at first.
That's true. That's
And
true.
then Elise is gonna jump up and she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, what was that?"
But he's gonna try to get up and hop to go upstairs.
Which, and likely this wakes everybody up.
Here's the thing, okay? He's gonna grab the carbine. He's gonna grab the pistol off his nightstand and run upstairs. Argyle has no clothes on. So he's gonna hop down the hall and hop up, and if she's yelling at him, it doesn't. He's going.
Yeah, Elise like
It's
Ar-
swinging in the wind. He
Argyle
doesn't.
Argyle is like half hopping, half like crawling down the hallway, gun in hand, other gun swinging in the wind. Elise is like, Argyle, what are you doing? Put some clothes on. You can't go like that. She's like
Just
screaming
gone.
at him. She runs out. She's got like the sheet like just wrapped around her.
Guthix comes out of the room
I
and
was gonna
sees
say
Argyle,
Guthix
and
is
he's like,
definitely gonna be over here. He probably runs out
Yeah.
of his room.
he's wondering if he's dreaming, still in the bath, seeing just
Oh
things
man.
swinging.
And Timmy is probably in one of these. Like, I'm sure these rooms over here are occupied by, Timmy. Drake's got to be in one of these rooms. Drake and so everybody's runs out into the hallway. Oh, what's going on? What
But
happened?
here's the thing. Argyle's not just bald on top.
Hmm. He's it's full body alopecia. It's other than his beard.
Other than his beard,
The face is the only thing that can grow hair.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. So
And remember, he's only like 20-some. I mean, he looks older, but he's only like he's like
no, he's
18
18.
years.
He's 18,
He's 18 years old. He's 18 years old.
Canonically, Argyle is only 18. Yeah. All right.
Well,
So
what the fuck is going on?
everybody's like runs out and into the hallway, and you kind of like everybody is all kind of out in the hallway, like right, just
Yeah,
out.
I'm just holding on to and I'm hopping and holding onto the wall and headed up the stairs.
Yeah. So I keep saying stairs, but I've forgotten. They're not stairs. It's kind of a ladder, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it was like
Right.
a ladder. It wasn't stairs. So it's
Yeah, I
more
think
like
Hell,
It's-
if it's a
it's
ladder,
more
it's
like-
even better for Argyle. He can just pull himself up that
Oh,
thing.
okay.
well, it's kind of a ladder. It was almost like how those pull
Yeah,
down
those
kind
pull
of
down
like
stairs.
almost
Yeah,
like
mhm.
ladder stairs. I think it was kind of like that. So anyway, the stairs are down. Everybody can see that, and Argyle's trying to scramble up. Is anybody else trying to get upstairs besides Argyle?
If anybody is, they've got a view because they're
Yeah.
right behind Argyle.
I
The
guess
meat and- the meat and bones and the
generally-
black hole are like right there. It's just like the whole taint. The whole taint is right there.
So
yeah, I'll follow up after Argyle. Guthix, that is.
So Argyle like kind of climbs up, Guthix climbs up, and then you get up to the top of the stairs, and you see Thiwar over what you see kind of the light coming from over in this section. When you kind of crawl over there, you see Thiwar, you see the busted mirror. And as the three of you stand there, well, kind of stand there, in front of the busted mirror, it begins to snow in your attic. And next time on
God
Up
damn
and
it.
Away.
Blast from the past.
Welcome home,
Great.
boys.
Great,
Wow.
great.
Yeah.
You know what
So-
though? Telling you though. Drunk Ren, halfway across the galaxy, better be with us.
Ren.
He better be dreaming of snow.
How fucked up would it be to have Ren and he's like real fucked up, he's real drunk. Kind of phantasm Ren.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes. What will happen
wait-
next
wait a minute.
time?
Did Thiwar ever have the snow?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thiwar definitely had the snow. No. It's
Oh
apropos
God.
that it's like these three because the like of the
Mhm.
people that are here, these are
Yeah,
the
that's
three
true.
other than Ren,
That's
like
true.
Mhm.
yeah, other than Ren and Kegel, I guess. These would be the three that would have
Oh man.
experienced all that stuff. So these would be the characters that would know.
Oh God.
Wild.
Yeah. Well,
I knew it was coming.
knew it was coming. Yeah, of
I knew it was
course.
coming. I knew it
Blasts
was
from the
coming.
past. Well, next time we'll have to see what is going on. There's still the mystery of the girl with the face. The mystery of Snow is back after 6 months of in-game time, after like 2 years of
2 years easily.
out
Yeah.
of game time.
Wow.
Mhm.
Big blast from the past. Plus, you still have to go to the fort, go to Plockton, and figure out what the hell is going on in the desert. And in the
What
waste,
is?
there might
Yeah.
be some interesting surprises coming up. There might be some interesting surprises in all those places,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I think
What?
it's
What
likely
is
to happen.
this? What is this pool? I don't remember it.
What is what pool?
The
I mean,
pool.
like
The
this
water.
here.
Yeah.
Bath?
That thing. Is
Oh,
that the bath?
is that
Is that
meant?
the
Is that
back?
That's probably meant to be the bath.
the bath?
It's gotta be,
Why has it
right?
got little? Why has it got little shit sacks hanging off of it?
I
That's
mean,
the tub paws, the thing that hold up the tub.
oh,
Oh, maybe. Oh, is that what that is?
Oh.
It's
Okay. I
a
couldn't.
yeah, an old
Okay.
cast iron bathtub.
oh yeah. See, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh God, Argyle's gonna be freezing because he's naked.
Oh
Oh, he's gonna
yes,
be
he's
very
gonna be.
cool.
That's the best. Naked with a laser gun. Oh
Wow.
boy.
I'm pretty excited for the next episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be fun. And next Wednesday we will be back with more up and away, continuing this. The
And that'll be
following
our
Wednesday
yeah. That'll
is
be our last Wednesday for the month
right.
for up and away.
That's what I'm saying. The following Wednesday will be a mega dungeon, and then back to up and away. And of course, hopefully, if my editing and all that stuff, let me get to the end game screen here. If my editing and all that stuff works out well, we should have 2 consecutive save hells, one this Sunday and then one next Sunday. Uh, Hopefully, as long as my technology and my biology holds up, everything will be okay. And
Essentially.
then I guess then we have to decide when our
Safe Hell
next
session.
save hell
Mhm.
session will be.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, sometime here, either I guess at the end of probably at the end of this month, right? Maybe
Yeah, I think so.
Possibly.
the 31st. Check your calendars for the
Possibly.
31st, guys, and see if that is maybe a date that will work for us.
Possibly.
so.
Possibly.
Yeah. Cool, guys. Good session. I'm increasingly excited about up and away because there's so many like things on the world, and then there's so many
Mhm.
things happening elsewhere. There's just lots of things happening.
Lots of avenues.
Yeah,
Mhm.
lots of avenues. Like Mega Dungeon, I don't think about at all because like the
Oh,
dungeon's planned, the monsters are there. Like I literally don't have to think about it. I don't even look at my planning until like as we're like I'm pulling it up as we're starting to play
mhm.
because I don't
Well,
like
that's an
that's the
easy
kind of
game.
game
So
like yeah it's
yeah,
so
it's meant
right
to be like a burner kind of game where keep it simple and
right. But
Mhm.
even with like Save Hell, the way that it is, I kind of will plan that in big chunks. So I kind of haven't really thought of that in a while, but I am constantly thinking about up and away. Like
Nice.
constantly thinking about it. And like things that are happening here and there and across the galaxy, like what's going on with Anya and Lore, and what's going on with this, and what's going on with that, and all
Oh, man,
kinds of things. And at some point this week, I need to talk to Garrett
Ooh.
All right.
because there's some potential surprise coming up. Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, Garrett and I will have to get together and put some finishing touches on something perhaps, and then
Exciting
yeah, we'll
stuff.
see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So I'm excited about that too, and good things.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
any final thoughts before we say goodbye?
Say goodbye. Nope. I think it was
No.
a productive session. We've got
Yeah.
a plan. We've got some unexpected events.
Well,
We'll see how that.
see, the snow thing, we know how this works. Even though we might spend like an hour, like 2 days in the snow,
Mhm.
it literally will be maybe 5 seconds. for
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
I mean, 5 seconds of real time.
yeah.
Mhm.
Of
Because
real
that-
game time.
Real game time.
Yeah, because that's how that works. So
That's how that works. Yeah. Well, the
I
snow,
swear to
you know.
I swear
that's
to
been a-
fucking God though, if Argyle gets
frostbite dick.
frostbite on his peen, he's not gonna be.
Yeah, he's gonna have to have a bionic leg and a bionic peen.
Hey, I'm sure Elise wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Extra extension. Country Fried Mini
Oh.
says y'all have a literal infinite experience. I believe that we do, and this game it's gonna go on and on because it's awesome. Forever. Into infinity. Thanks, Country Fried Minis, for showing up. Again, check out Country Fried Minis' channel if you're into miniatures and fun shenanigans. Thank you, everybody who was in chat, who watched. If you're watching this later, thank you. Once again, don't forget to hit subscribe. We're slowly climbing. Things are good. We're chugging along. Subscribe. Hit like, all the YouTube stuff. We appreciate you. I'm DM Steve. We're the Dicks in the Dark. And I think that is where we will say goodbye.
Later, everyone.
Later.
That's next week.
Buy like from our shop.
Oh yeah, dicksinthedark.com. Shop.dicksinthedark.com. Wiki.dicksinthedark.com.
OnlyFans.
Not yet, but, you know,
That one's in development.
in development.
Yeah.